Alright, welcome back ladies and gentlemen to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host Larry, and today we're going to be sharing some more Subnautica 2 leaks and also discoveries made by the community about the ongoing development of the game. And in this particular category, there is the assumption, or at least the theory, that this particular discovery means that they might be adding perhaps either regular islands, so you have to go explore on foot and do some discoveries here on this ocean moon, because I guess it's not a full planet, or maybe there's going to be some floating islands. And if you not really remember from the previous games of Subnautica, there were floating islands in Subnautica 1. Those were both above the ocean level, where you could actually have an island tropical paradise and sip some pina coladas on the beach. And then there were also some ones that you could explore that were underwater, and they were all held up by these strange, buoyant, sponge-like creatures that could literally suspend an entire landmass. And both of those were really cool. Inside of Below Zero, you had some similar kind of vibes, but instead of being held up by sponges, it was literally just floating pieces of ice or icy land masses where you had to avoid getting nommed on by a giant worm. So there's all sorts of reasons why you could be having to run around on the land and using some of the unused voice packs or sound effects inside the game already for when your character takes fall damage. So with that in mind, it could be an island, it could be a giant subterranean cave where it's not full of water, so you actually have to explore on foot. The reasons why you might need to be hoofing it are nearly endless, and if you've been around the whole Subnautica early access pipeline in the past, usually they start to use those sound effects and adding fall damage to the game right around the time that they like to give you a reason to be on your feet in more than just your base. Other things that kind of make it more obvious that they're going to have some type of landmass that you're going to have to explore inside of the game are the fact that they're working on a weather system, and there's not really much of a point to a really advanced, highly detailed weather system for rain and other things if you're not going to be popping out of the water very often to enjoy it. And there's also some little hints in the game files as well, because there's supposed to be a variant of those giant purple squid-looking plants that grows on the land. So I thought that was kind of interesting to share with everybody. There were some little tidbits and hints about not just underwater new zones that are going to be coming along, but also zones that you're going to be able to explore on foot. So that'll be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time for more Subnautica news-related stuff.